In recent weeks, bombshell reports have confirmed that a sinister group of deep state bureaucrats, Silicon Valley tyrants, left-wing activists, and depraved corporate news media have been conspiring to manipulate and silence the American people. They have collaborated to suppress vital information on everything from elections to public health. The censorship cartel must be dismantled and destroyed, and it must happen immediately. And here's my plan.
One of the biggest stories in the news these days is, well, the news and the people who report it. Journalists and the government have long been at odds, as one's job is to hold truth to power and the other's is to be powerful. But with Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter, a private company, many norms and standards between companies, journalists, and the government have been thrown out the window. So this is presidential candidate Donald Trump's solution in the wake of the release of the Twitter files. He wants to ban any federal department or agency from colluding with private companies to impede free speech, going as far as to ban the practice of labeling speech as misinformation, disinformation, or hate speech. And look, these ideas have saliency, and a digital Bill of Rights is actually really important, as much of us find ourselves online more and more. But if we take anything from what happened at Twitter over this past weekend, we know that this free speech crusade by the right isn't as ideologically pure as they think. Free speech champion Elon Musk banned a handful of journalists on Twitter over the weekend for reporting on him. Twitter also introduced a policy that wouldn't allow you to promote other social media platforms on Twitter, including things like tweeting your own social account to another platform. In the wake of massive pushback from these ridiculous, dumb measures, many of the journalists' accounts were reinstated, and the social media policy tweet was deleted and completely scrubbed from Twitter's website. And if you thought the right was still unequivocally the party of free speech, take a look at Senator Tom Cotton's latest pet project, killing a bill that would protect journalists from prosecution.
The press, unfortunately, has a long and sordid history of publishing sensitive information from inside the government that damages our national security. During the Vietnam War, the New York Times published the Pentagon Papers in an effort to demoralize the American people and turn them against the war effort.
So what the Press Act does is it blocks the federal government from using subpoenas or the threat of jail to force reporters to turn over sources, as well as blocking tech companies from sharing sensitive information from journalists' devices with the federal government. Or, as Cotton puts it, granting journalists special legal privileges to disclose sensitive information that no other citizen enjoys. So Ryan Grim, in his article on The Intercept, notes that this claim is, of course, patently false. Every US citizen has the right to publish classified information. The only crime is leaking certain classified information. Cotton's objection to the bill is what's halting it from being passed this congressional year. There's a slight chance it could be wrapped up into a larger spending bill, but it's unlikely. Representative Jamie Raskin, however, put it optimistically when he said, quote, "A federal law to protect journalists in their work against the political whims of the day is a necessary step to defend press freedom. I am hopeful this measure can be included in a year-end omnibus package. It would be a great unifying statement." How's that for defending free speech? Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.